One can drink ice-cold beer in freezing weather.
What else you gonna do with it?
I really love to drink beer.
Would you like to watch our movie, The Story of Beer?
God, would I? Hey, pass me a beer.
I think a man working outdoors feels more like a man if you can have a bottle of suds.
Like I picked the wrong week to quit drinking.
You know who I am? No, I don't. Would you mind asking around?
Sign this petition and save the trees.
Who cares?
Hey, mister, sign this petition to save the world from nuclear holocaust.
Who cares?
Hey, mister, they're going to raise our beer tax 2 cents.
Oh, my God! This has to be stopped!
I really love to drink beer. If you don't love beer, you don't drink it. But I love it.
Pretty women make us buy beer. Ugly women make us drink beer.
We was having so much fun. I didn't know it was 1:30. Turn around, I had one more. I looked at the clock and it was 4:30. Hey, bartender!
1 beer.
Hey, bartender!
2 beers.
Draw 1, 2, 3, 4 glasses of beer.
Billy Carter, Jimmy Carter's brother, had his beer. Maybe Hillary should have her own brand too.
Thank you.
Get me another beer.
Let's face it, what our customers say about our business is the most important advertising tool. Here at Adams Drugs, we love our customers. We're here with Al and Amy Steinecker, Adams Drugs customers. Amy, please tell us how easy it was to transfer your prescriptions to Adams Drugs from the big box store.
It was one of the easiest things I've ever done. I went into the pharmacy on Bond Road and spoke with the pharmacist and told him we had not been happy where we'd been and would love to transfer our prescriptions. And he said, I'll be happy to call them. And that was that. And now when I call, I just say I need to have a prescription filled. And it's just that simple.
Al, what has your customer service been like at Adams Drugs?
It's amazing. You walk in, you're not standing in a line. They speak to you, call you by name, and say, what do you need today, Al or Mr. Steinecker? It's wonderful. It doesn't get any better.
Please come into any Adams Drugs location and let us earn your business. Visit us at adamsdrugs.net for the location nearest you. Adams Drugs is your independently owned Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
Progressive knows if you have to choose between everyday life and your boat, boat wins.
What are you going to do? Take the boat out for a spin or go mail something?
Boat wins!
Are we cleaning the patio or taking the boat out fishing?
Boat wins!
Are we skipping that eye exam to go sailing?
Boat wins!
Rescheduling eye exams can be a nightmare.
All right, fine. Eye exam, then boat.
Yeah!
With Progressive, you can bundle your boat with your home or auto and save with a discount and spend more time enjoying those savings on your boat. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states and situations.
Gain a global perspective and specialized skills that many of today's top employers are seeking with an MBA from University of Maryland Global Campus. Study online and complete your degree in just 16 months for about $21K. Choose from MBA specializations in global business, marketing, HR, finance, and more. No application fee if you apply by September 3rd. Learn more at umgc.edu. That's umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
Rich Thomas weather brought to you by Clark Heating, Air, and Plumbing. Summer is ending, but the deals are hot at Clark Heating, Air, and Plumbing. Just $29 service fee for all your AC and plumbing needs. Better call Clark today. Alabama certification number 09098.
Rich Thomas weather.
Well, hi, everybody. We do have some weather changes on the way, but I think we are dry through the evening hours tonight as clouds increase, with the risk of showers and storms holding off to the late night hours, generally after 1 a.m., Then wet at times during the day Friday, with a low tonight 66, the high on Friday 82. Then for the Labor Day weekend, pretty standard stuff. Risk of some spotty, scattered hit-or-miss storms here and there, mostly in the afternoon and evening hours each day through Monday. Highs will be in the middle 80s, lows at night in the 60s. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Hi, I'm Dr. Candace Cobb with Health Star. We've enjoyed a long-standing relationship with our friends at Blue Water Broadcasting. The Blue Water team is a mainstay in our advertising, not only because of the success of our campaigns, but because they truly understand what being a local business is all about.
Radio works. It's as simple as that. Call us to find out how radio can work for your business. Blue Water Broadcasting. Local folks helping local business.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. The River Region's News Talk Station. News Talk 93.1, WACV. News Talk 93.1.
I have a sad story to tell you. It may hurt your feelings a bit. Last night when I walked into my bathroom, I stepped in a big pile of shaving cream. Be nice and clean. Shave every day and you'll always look keen. I think I'll break off with my girlfriend. Her antics are queer, I'll admit. Each time I say, darling, I love you, she tells me that I'm full of shaving cream. Be nice and clean. Shave every day and you'll always look keen. Our baby fell out of the window. You think that her head would be split, but good luck was with her that morning. She fell in a barrel of shaving cream. Be nice and clean. Shave every day and you'll always look keen. An old lady died in a bathtub. She died from a terrible fit. In order to fulfill her wishes, she was buried in 6 feet of shaving cream. Be nice and clean. Shave every day and you'll always look keen. When I wasn't friends with the army, one day I looked into my kit. I thought I would find me a sandwich, but the darn thing was loaded with shaving cream. Be nice and clean. Shave every day and you'll always look keen. And now, folks, my story is ended. I think it is time I should quit. If any of you feel offended, stick your head in a barrel of shaving cream. Be nice and clean. Shave every day and you'll always look keen.
Calling all stations. Clear the air lanes. Clear all air lanes for the big broadcast.
It is the big broadcast. Happy Hour, News Talk 93.1 FM, WACB. I'm your graciously. What? I'm your gracious occasionally. I made a new word. Gracious occasionally. Try to get those. Grab it on my sidekick. Pamela DeVries is here too.
And here they are.
Trying to overcompensate when I make a mistake and try to prove that, yes, I'm lucid and good. But I did go to the doctor today.
Oh, good. If you needed to, good.
Yeah. Yeah, it's nothing major. Well, blood in the urine.
Oh, gosh.
Thanks for the support, lady. No, it's really not a big deal. But because what's killing me today is last night's party.
I know.
It was awesome.
It was awesome. We had such a good turnout. I'm so glad I went.
You and Jacqueline and Ellen Murray and everybody that did all the putting. I'm just touched beyond belief over that. But the turnout was great.
It was.
And I had such an awesome time. I was Hakan and Chinik and Bubba Meising with everybody.
I know.
On my feet. And without, really thinking about it. And then this morning, when I woke up, my lower back was like a clenched fist. Because I am a little bit up there, okay? I just...
you need some heat.
I did heat. I wore a lidocaine patch this morning. I think it came off in the tub. I did a couple of hot soaks. Anyway, and I'm wearing a little... All I'm doing is telling you how freaking old I am, and I hate doing that. I would like to be more, and then this morning I had the wonderful high of reading all the comments on the party thread and seeing some of the pictures from last night. So it was really great. I am very grateful. And I want to thank Morris Capuano, our good buddy who came last night. Great to see him there as well. Try to acknowledge everybody, and sometimes in the chaos of the moment, you forget, but it was one of the best events we've ever had at Baumhouse.
Yeah, it was great. We had a lot of new people show up.
Yes.
Too. Yeah.
Yes.
It was great.
I like that. We
Yep.
love our regulars. Don't get me wrong. That's not what we're saying here. It's always great to see new people come and join us over there. And the staff at Baumhouse did a pretty decent job keeping up with all the
Oh
extra
my
traffic.
gosh.
They were a little bit overwhelmed. And the food was great. And all the appetizers, you guys and stuff, that was all clear. That was
Yeah.
wonderful to see. So,
It was a good event.
and we're going to do this again in 20 years. I'll take the risk. So we got Mark Robert coming up at 3:30. Lots to talk to Mark about with America's Untold Stories and his YouTube show, What's Up with Lord Buckley. And of course, David Blackman joining us a little bit later. And our visit with David will be somewhat abridged today because we have our friend from Impact coming to talk about some of the shows that they'll be doing this fall. And I think into next year. It is
Probably.
It's not too early to think ahead to next year. So it's a full lineup today. I just opened up a link though to, as usual, the Democrats are on the wrong side of everything. They're just so reliably stupid. Because now it's all about, well, we need tougher gun laws. No, you don't. You've got tough gun laws as it is in Minneapolis. The Second Amendment is about as much about fighting off people that want to steal from you as it is you stealing from us. Politicians, a government that needs to be tossed. That's why it's there. Because if you look and see what's happening in England, they have no choice.
Mhm.
Australia took all of their citizens' guns away. And what do they have? Imbecilic leadership. And their freedom's abridged. It's about freedom.
Yeah, now they're being arrested for Facebook posts.
Yeah, you want that here? I'm sure some do,
Probably.
because there are just so many liberals that have not learned to, okay, that's your opinion. We agree to disagree. It's
Yeah.
such a simple premise.
What happened to Sticks and Stones?
They failed that lesson. Completely failed it. They want one opinion and one opinion only, and it's theirs. And then they want to spend the rest of their time just being miserable, which is something they're really good at doing. Although we have to give credit. Muriel Bowser, mayor of DC, has credited the president with stopping the crime. And believe me, most of the people there that work in DC, elected or appointed or otherwise, they're all happier to be living in a safer place. But they can't even admit that. They can't admit that a good idea is working because it proves one thing. The presence of law enforcement, not a police state, just reducing greatly the chance that if you try to commit a crime, you're going to get caught, tends to have a really profound impact on the amount of attempted crimes. Has it gotten rid of it completely? No, there's still fools. I hope this cashless bail thing works. We see it here. How many times have we been impacted by that? 2007, Officer Keith Houts, I'll never forget his name, and I'll never forget the rage that we experienced. A guy who pulled over a traffic offender just doing his gig, but it was a guy that some jack-off judge let out with, on a murder charge.
That's ridiculous.
And Keith Houts paid for that with his life. And that's a problem we got. Judges.
Yeah.
The crack pottery has done a great job of, they just go to a Biden appointed judge or an Obama judge and they know they're going to get the ruling they want. And then it's got to go through all the freaking steps up to the Supreme Court where most of the time the Constitution is enforced. It's so insane. And frankly, I'm getting tired of it. And since I got a steroid shot today, I might be just a little bit more temperamental than normal.
Oh, yeah, they'll do that.
But I wanted to start off on a positive. I want to read this note from Rusty Aldrich, who William B. was kind enough to bring to the radio station yesterday. What a great day yesterday, says Rusty. William B. picked me up and took me to Blue Water Broadcasting, where I sat in with Greg, Joey, Clark, No, it's Joey Clark. That's my fault. It's the medicine. Joey Clark and Pamela. After the show, we hit bomb hours for food, fun, and fellowship. Greg is celebrating 20 years on the air in Montgomery. It was a great day.
It was a great day.
And guess what? We have birthdays at the end of September. So that'll be our
Mhm.
next really big one. And we've got Eddie
Yep.
is in September.
Eddie, you,
The movie
and
Maven
the movie
is in
Maven.
September.
Yeah.
When is yours?
February
Mark it what day?
the 19th. Last year it was on a Wednesday. So we
All right,
did
so
bomb
we'll
hours
celebrate-
for my birthday.
We'll
last
do
year, too.
Pamela's birthday eve this year, next year on the 18th.
Yeah.
Should be a Wednesday. Let me double check because I'm real anal about this stuff.
My birthday is on a Thursday.
Okay, so Wednesday night, the day before.
Yep.
We'll start early. We're always looking for a good reason to, one of our best turnouts every year is the Wednesday before Thanksgiving.
Really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
A lot of folks stay in town. Many don't have a lot of family or really a place they can go. So that becomes our
Yeah.
pre-Thanksgiving Thanksgiving.
Friendsgiving.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. So we have plenty of stuff on the itinerary moving forward. In David's list, do we have the topic of transgenders? Because I don't think guns are the problem. I think transgenders are.
Let's see.
These mental patients.
I do think mental health is the underlying issue for
Yes.
sure, because we know guns don't actually shoot people themselves.
No.
Mm,
Wow, listen to this. Minnesota tranny cult member. This is the shooter. His father worked for 29 years as a top-level CIA DOD contractor.
you know, I'm tired of this.
Yeah.
I'm tired of it, man. They are, oh
Deep
gosh,
state stuff.
I can't. These are some of my most controversial conspiracy theories I have, that these shootings are not happening organically.
Well,
It's
when you-
always to push that agenda.
When you look at who's doing this stuff, it's hard not to think conspiracy.
What are the odds that that kid's dad is CIA
Yeah,
and he's the one
I
who's
know.
doing it?
I know.
Do you know how many of these school shooters have thick as a Bible health records?
Health histories, yeah.
And then no social media or anything all of a sudden for years before these things happen.
Do we know what medications this
I don't think so.
tranny was on?
But I
Because that's another
it
common
is
denominator.
oh, it is one of my favorite conspiracy theories, but most controversial probably, besides 9/11.
But until we're satisfied that there's nothing to it, we have to keep discussing it because this is no coincidence. There's 7 here. A lot of people dead. What do they all have in common? They're trannies. And this guy apparently regretted making that move, but who socially pressured him into doing that? It's all part of one big cluster, you know what. 321, if you have a family law situation you need to deal with, or you know somebody who finds themselves in that situation, please give them this number, 819-4810, so they can consult with Duncan Tomlinson and do the best thing they can for themselves, which is turn it over. Give it to people who are well qualified to, A, say, let us handle this. Here's what you need to do so you can navigate these very emotional and trying circumstances and come out on the other side. Oh, here's the plan. It's called legal leadership. Knowledge of the law, you'll get that in the consultation. That won't be an issue for you. But the legal leadership, that ability to digest all the facts, look you in the eye and say, here's the plan, and we're going to get through it. We got this. It's such a game changer. Trying to manage it yourself often does not work out well. A lesson learned the hard way by me and many others. They also handle wills. They can help with adoptions, blended families, and more. The entire menu is available at this web address, thealabamafamilylawyers.com. And again, the number, whether it's for yourself or you want to give it to somebody on a recommend, 819-4810 for Duncan Tomlinson, attorneys at law.
A representation is made that the quality of legal services performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
Mark Robert going to be joining us in about 8 shopping minutes.
Well, a lot of accidents. 5500 Atlanta Highway with injuries. That's right near East Boulevard. Woodley Road at McInnes. Got an overturned vehicle there. 85 northbound on the ramp coming up from Chantilly Parkway. Got an 18-wheeler disabled off on the right there. And if you're coming up to 85 on Chantilly Parkway from Vaughn, right in front of the entrance to Walmart, 2 vehicles off on the right. Also, Troy Highway near Jenkins Lane. That is right before Meriwether Road. Buckle up. We'll keep you updated. Check out the all-new 2025 4Runners at McKinnon Toyota. It's worth the drive. McKinnon Toyota, exit 212 off I-65 in Clanton. Lyndall J. Montgomery Skywatch Traffic.
News is brought to you by Budget Floors and More, your new best friend.
From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, these are today's top stories. A 6th suspect has been arrested in connection to a 2024 Atlanta highway shooting that left a woman paralyzed. Chelsea Jackson has been charged with first-degree assault and discharging a firearm into an occupied vehicle in the April 12th incident. Amy Dix was the woman stopped at a light on Atlanta Highway when she was caught in the crossfire of the gunfight, leaving her paralyzed from the waist down. Montgomery police are investigating a Tuesday evening shooting that left a man critically injured. The incident happened just after 7 p.m. in the area of Mill Street, where the unidentified male victim was rushed to a local hospital suffering from a life-threatening gunshot wound. Suspect and motive remain unknown. No additional details have been released. Our Montgomery Biscuits will be changing their name tonight. The Biscuits are collaborating with Tuskegee University to become the Alabama Peanut Runners in honor of Dr. George Washington Carver. The team takes on the symbolic name during their current homestand, which runs through Sunday. From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, I'm Sky Mosley.
Budget Floors and More has the best prices. Carpet as low as 69 cents per square foot. LVP starting at $1.29 a square foot. Sheet vinyl as low as 65 cents per square foot. And the lowest prices on flooring installation supplies. Budget Floors and More across from Delray to Publix.
He's Donald Trump's #1 enemy in Congress, Chicago Senator Dick Durbin. And now Dick Durbin has a new scheme, a government takeover of your credit card. Today, consumers have thousands of choices in credit cards, all with equal, strong security. But Durbin's plan is less competition and less security. And that means more risk for your credit and your identity. Tell Republicans in Congress, stop Dick Durbin's takeover of your credit card before it's too late.
Paid for by Electronic Payments Coalition.
Progressive knows if you have to choose between everyday life and your boat, boat wins.
What are you going to do? Take the boat out for a spin or go mail something? Boat wins! Are we cleaning the patio or taking the boat out fishing? Boat wins! Are we skipping that eye exam to go sailing? Boat wins!
Rescheduling eye exams can be a nightmare.
All right, fine. Eye exam, then boat. Yeah!
With Progressive, you can bundle your boat with your home or auto and save with a discount and spend more time enjoying those savings on your boat. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates and other insurers, not available in all states and situations.
Gain a global perspective and specialized skills that many of today's top employers are seeking with an MBA from University of Maryland Global Campus. Study online and complete your degree in just 16 months for about $21K. Choose from MBA specializations in global business, marketing, HR, finance, and more. No application fee if you apply by September 3rd. Learn more at umgc.edu. That's umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
Hi, I'm Jane Ray, account executive with Blue Water Broadcasting. Why should you advertise with us? Radio is an active medium. It can create immediacy, driving shoppers to a specific store, brand, or to take a specific action. Radio ads engage with the audience in a personal and unique way. Contact me, Jane Ray, by going to bluewaterbroadcasting.com to find out more. Blue Water Broadcasting, local folks helping local business.
Hi, it's Jonathan Cotton with the Good Feet Store. And have you tried the over-the-counter products for your foot pain and nothing seems to work? If that's you, it's time to check out the Good Feet Store. Stop the pain that's stopping you. Visit goodfeet.com to book your appointment today, or just stop by the store nearest you.
WAKA Action 8 News has brought you the River Region's first 9 p.m. news since 2007. Now you can watch Action 8 News at 9 on the Montgomery CW. Want to know where to find it? Go to Channel 22 with your antenna, DirecTV or Dish Network, Channel 14 on Charter Spectrum, Channel 7 on C Spire, and Channel 19 on WOW. Get your Weather Authority forecast, lace up sports coverage, and your local news. It makes a difference where you get your 9 p.m. news. Watch Action 8 News at 9 on the Montgomery CW.
There's just one place to go for all your spatula needs. Spatula City! Spatula City! A giant warehouse of spatulas for every occasion. Thousands to choose from in every shape, size, and color. And because we eliminate the middleman, we can sell all our spatulas factory direct to you. Where do you go when you want to buy name brand spatulas at a fraction of retail cost? Spatula City! Spatula City! And this weekend only, take advantage of our special liquidation sale. Buy 9 spatulas, get the 10th one for just 1 penny.
Don't forget, they make great Christmas presents. And what better way to say I love you than with the gift of a spatula?
Spatula City! Spatula City!
Hello, this is Cy Greenbloom, president of Spatula City. I like their spatulas so much, I bought the company.
Spatula City, 7 locations. We're in the yellow pages under spatulas.
My, where did you get that lovely spatula?
Spatula City, we sell spatulas, and that's all.
I played that for one reason. We played it the very first day we did this afternoon thing.
The Gillette Cavalcade of Sports is on the air.
Something that we will, and I knew I liked this guy for a reason. A former Major League Baseball player who had a really good career, not a Hall of Famer, but really good. Mark Teixeira is going to be running for Congress in Texas because he wants to defend Trump's America First agenda. How nice, how refreshing to see an athlete who made a ton of money in his career actually speak up for our side instead of just being against it because they're terrified that the commissioner of the NFL or MLB, who are both woke beyond repair, are going to silence them. Nice. We'll talk to David Blackman about that. Next up, Mark Robert right after Rich.
The Rich Thomas Weather Network is brought to you by Ernest Financial.
If you're tired of losing your money in the stock market, call David Ernest, 334-279-7431. Ernest Financial, LLC.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. We do have some weather changes on the way, but I think we are dry through the evening hours tonight as clouds increase, with the risk of showers and storms holding off to the late night hours, generally after 1 a.m., Then wet at times during the day Friday, with a low tonight 66, the high on Friday 82. Then for the Labor Day weekend, pretty standard stuff. Risk of some spotty, scattered hit or miss storms here and there, mostly in the afternoon and evening hours each day through Monday. Highs will be in the middle 80s, lows at night in the 60s. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Carpet as low as 69 cents per square foot. LVP starting at $1.29 a square foot. Sheet vinyl as low as 65 cents per square foot. And the lowest prices on flooring installation supplies. Budget Floors and More across from Delray Publix.
Live local talk. The River Region's only 24-hour News Talk FM station. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Here's a man of many skills and many wisdoms, and his name is Mark Robert, co-host of America's Untold Stories and What's Up with Lord Buckley on YouTube. They're both excellent shows, and he takes up a lot of my week now.
Sorry, bro.
No, it's like being a junkie. I can't wait to watch. Sometimes I don't get to pay attention to the level I would like. So I always find things, and I got a couple I'm going to ask you about in a moment here, that how did I miss this? How did I not hear this on the show previously? But you're a baseball fan. Do you remember Mark Teixeira?
Oh, of course.
He's running for Congress in Texas.
I remember speaking. I spoke with him during the World Series with Boston. He was at Dodger Stadium covering it.
Oh.
And we had a pretty nice conversation about baseball.
Oh, cool. Well, he's out. No bones about it. And I think you'll agree with me. The commissioners of both Major League Baseball and the NFL are just super woke douchebags. And I really, some of the stuff they're doing makes no sense to me. But it's great to see an athlete who had a good career come out and, unhesitatingly say, I want to defend Trump's America First agenda. It's rare.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, I wish more of them would do it. We'd, if we can get some of them to run for office, it would be great.
That would be awesome. Mark, the episode of What's Up with Lord Buckley, the Carlin story.
Oh, yeah, George Carlin, yeah.
That was must watch. I'm going to put the link up after we talk about it here because I want people to check in because you think you know George Carlin, but until this, you really don't.
Nobody knows anybody. I've been in Hollywood here. I've been here for 30 years. And all of the media, this is a general statement, all of the media about the personal lives of Hollywood people are completely wrong, shallow, and have nothing to do with the actual person, in my experience.
Well, I know you've networked with some incredibly big names, but I had my surprise. I want to ask you about those. But when you studied George Carlin, like you've studied JFK and so many other topics in detail, what about George Carlin surprised you?
About his comedy, or I mean, I grew up with his comedy, so it's not like I'm studying it. I mean, I grew up with Class Clown and AM/FM, and you know, he was there when I was growing up. I mean, as a performer, so not like a deep dive into some obscure guy in the JFK mystery.
Right.
I mean, Carlin was the leading comic in America.
But you brought to the table a lot of stuff I didn't know. I didn't know that he made appearances on sitcoms.
You didn't know. Yeah, you didn't know, did you? Yeah, I mean, that's why I do the episodes.
Yeah. He was on...
He wanted to be an actor, and he started out on That Girl with Marlo Thomas and did a bunch of movies. It wasn't until the end of his life that the acting really became pretty refined, and he was able to do real acting. He actually hired an acting coach late in life and worked on his acting for quite a while.
You know, I had Marlo Thomas, That Girl, on the show about a year or so ago.
Yeah.
And I had the chance to tell her, hey, I had a crush on you, and no guy on that program, including Donald Hollinger, whatever the hell that guy's name was, is good enough for you. Do you understand that? It was... I had that thought for 50 years, and it was great to say it to her personally. I had a lot of fun with that. The hippy dippy weatherman, all of these things. But in your opinion, Mark, I know at one time a lot of people would perceive him as a liberal, but with the passing of time and stuff, not everything he did, a lot of it seems kind of conservative.
Yeah, especially his anti-environmental piece, "The Earth is Fine," which he did later in life. A lot of people were upset about that.
We played the clip. Well, you know, the essence of that bit, and I have it on tape here, and I'll maybe play it in the 5 o'clock hour of the show, is people keep underestimating this planet. This planet has taken its lumps. It's still here. And every time somebody says, oh, global warming or climate change or whatever beazle schmears that they're coming up with, that's Carney, by the way, I remind them that if we hadn't had some of that, we in Alabama would be sitting under a glacier right now because that's what we had 10,000 years ago.
That's true. We'd be eating dinosaur burgers.
Best definition I've ever heard is your closet. What you're wearing today is the weather, and what's in your closet is the climate.
Oh, that's interesting.
It's very rare I get to impress this guy. So, and I understand that you're going to do an episode of What's Up with Lord Buckley on Andrew Dice Clay.
Yeah, we just finished it yesterday, and it's going bonkers. We did a deep dive on Andrew Dice Clay, another fascinating comedian, and all of these stories have me in there somewhere. So your job is to find that part of the story.
That's cool.
On the whole, Andrew Dice Clay, of course, held in great contempt by the left and all the wokesters and stuff. Do you think he's been treated fairly?
Well, as I said in the episode, he is the first victim of cancel culture in American history. He is targeted. He is removed. The studios pulled the plug on him, and it was organized protests against him that brought down the cancellation of his movie star career.
The first. That's an unfortunate honor that he has to bear, but you're right about that.
Dice was the first. American performer to be canceled.
Hey, did you say on Untold Stories, referencing the Carlin show you did on What's Up with Lord Buckley, did somebody in his family reach out to you about something?
Well, he only has one member. That's his daughter.
Right.
And she quickly commented, I made a lot of mistakes, none of which she could cite, and told me to read her book. So, this is the girl who's just lived off of him and has never done anything personally other than live off of George's money.
I remember in 1999, he came to Anderson, Indiana, which is just northwest of Indianapolis, at this grand old theater. It's a rare theater. Rare to get somebody that big in a town that tiny. And he was amazing. He was just absolutely amazing, sharp as a tack.
Yeah.
Let's go back to JFK, because Mark's research on JFK and America's Untold Stories, I found this channel on YouTube, and I've been a junkie ever since. And as much as I've watched, and it's so engaging, especially the way you go about things, I still see things that I had not heard before.
Oh, interesting.
And some of this, I wanted to ask you, first of all, Ted Cruz's father was handing out leaflets with Lee Harvey Oswald. Is that true?
Yeah, that's what Trump is referring to when he says mockingly that Ted Cruz's father was involved in the assassination.
Oh.
That's what he's talking about, by the way, just so you know. He was passing out leaflets for a group called Fair Play for Cuba on Canal Street near the Trade Mart, and photographed. And I think we show the photograph of his dad.
Yes.
His dad will later move to Canada and get involved in the oil industry with then move to Texas in the middle of the night, leaving his family behind, and then be involved with the Bush family and was involved in spooky intel things, his dad.
I had not heard that prior to watching Tuesday's Q&A episode. I love it when you just open it up for people to ask questions. Some of them are kind of silly, but for the most part, they hit on things that, like me, I did not know that. Also,
I think we've talked about it before on the show. I mean, that's what Trump is referring to when he was campaigning against Ted Cruz. That's why he did that.
Again, we're talking with Mark Robert from America's Untold Stories on YouTube, and What's Up with Mark Robert also on YouTube. And you used a word this week in connection to all the stuff in New Orleans, tariffs, and David Ferry.
Oh, yeah, tariffs, yeah. Yeah, David Ferry somehow got himself a job in the customs house in New Orleans. And it was kind of like the Lufthansa heist, when they worked at JFK, Greg. They were able to see bills of lading and what was coming in that they could steal. And Oswald was sent in undercover, I believe, by the FBI and fingered David Ferry, who was then arrested.
Ferry, now, did he commit suicide, or like it says in the Oliver Stone movie, or was there a nefarious force behind that?
No, it looked like he was murdered, by people who wanted to shut him up. I mean, he was working for Carlos Marcello. He was at Marcello's trial. He was a type of fixer or private eye type guy for Marcello. And, he's just a mobbed up guy.
Marcus Marcello, is there any credence to his, was it a deathbed confession alleged that he was behind killing Jackie?
No, it was just he was out of his mind by that point. He had Alzheimer's.
Okay. I just wanted confirmation on that because I've heard that story, and there's a lot of folks that have bought into that wholeheartedly. So I had to ask. And another thing I had not heard previously, but I'd like some comment on now. John Connolly. Now, I know he said this, but he said they're going to kill us all.
That's what he yelled out twice when the bullets started flying. They're going to kill us all. He thought they were just going to kill Kennedy, but then he said they're going to kill us all, Greg.
Now, Another thing you touched on in this week's episode was the William Manchester book, and I read that when it came out. It was good reading at the time.
Well, it's missing a chapter, though. You didn't.
That's what I wanted to talk about, because a lot of folks don't know this. I'm trying to get them to get curious and tune in and see why this is such compelling stuff, because it all links to today. But could you quickly give us the backstory on Jackie and RFK?
He was hired by Jackie Kennedy to be the author. He had done The Making of the President. He was hired to do the book, The Death of the President, and she did extensive interviews with him. And her chapter was removed when the book was in galley form. Her and RFK Sr. took him to court, the guy they actually hired to remove this chapter, with hours of interviews of Jackie Kennedy freely sitting down for him, and she had hired him to do the book.
Right.
And then they wanted her chapter removed because apparently in that chapter she feels that LBJ was the mastermind behind the assassination of her husband. And they cited grief and the fact that she was out of her mind.
Oh, man.
That she didn't know what she was talking about.
Oh, boy.
And the chapter was removed from the book and placed in the safe of William Manchester until his death, when his son opened it up, looked at it, and put it back in the safe. This was a court case in federal court where the Kennedys, that is Jackie and Robert, went to court every day. It was a big story at the time.
I remember.
Huge story. Yeah, huge story.
And RFK, Jackie was a really smart and I think intuitive woman. And I believe she not only said that, but saw enough while Jack was still alive and they were in the White House she probably drew that conclusion fairly quickly, I would think.
Right. What else would cause them to lose their shit, go to federal court and sue the guy to remove a chapter of interviews she freely gave to a guy she handpicked to write the book?
Yeah.
It would have to be something enormous, right?
That's pretty enormous. That's a pretty good reason to do that. And I had not realized that Connolly was actually kind of involved in all of this with LBJ.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we have an episode just on John Connolly about how deeply he was involved in the machinations of the Dallas visit.
That's why when I talk about the show, I just tell people pick an episode and then go from there, because it all links together. It's really incredible stuff. The other thing that came up in this week's episode that I noted, Mark, I don't know why, but I had never seen a picture, the one that you guys showed, of the ladder leading to the roof of the book depository.
Yeah, I wanted to zoom in on that. It's very rarely seen. And that ladder is the one the cops brought down the 303 British Enfield that they found on the roof. There's video of the entire descent that Robert Groden has, and we showed it on the episode with Robert Groden, who was the one who produced the Zapruder film eventually on Geraldo's late night show. But yeah, they brought it down from that ladder, down the fire escape to the ground, and the photo is of them in a circle, a bunch of Dallas detectives, one guy holding the gun upright.
These pictures, by the way, are available on this week's edition of America's Untold Stories with our guests, Mark Robert and Eric Hunley. And look, I've been into this for maybe as long as you have, to whatever extent I could devote time to it. And this week I saw more things that I had never seen before, which is cool. It's like, that's what keeps me coming back to the show and why we love having you on with us. What is Representative Luna doing? I heard you mention something about her and KGB files.
Yeah, she's in discussions with the Russian government to extract the Oswald files from Moscow, the ex-KGB files, and to bring them to the United States. So she says. I mean, I'll believe it when I see it, but that's what she claims.
All right, and looking ahead, you got the Dice Clay episode of What's Up with Lord Buckley. Who else have you got booked going? Looking forward?
Oh, we've got a guy on Wednesday that you may never have heard of, a deep dive on a comic named Sam Kinison.
Sam Kinison?
That's right.
The guy who apparently had like the near-death experience out loud after the accident.
Well, we're going
What
to
is
talk
that?
about all that on the following Wednesday, and then after that, we've got Jackie the Joke Man Martling coming to drop all his dirt on Howard Stern the following Wednesday.
Oh, I can't wait for that. I cannot wait for that one too, because I'm not a.
Well, Jackie knows where all the bodies are buried.
Mark, we thank you so much for your time every week with us. And again, it's America's Untold Stories and What's Up with Lord Buckley on YouTube. And I'll put the links to those channels on my Facebook page. Always do, Mark. Take
Okay,
care.
brother.
Bye-bye.
Okay, Pam.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
You know, you are welcome to join us.
I know.
He respects you. He must. I mean that as a compliment, by the way. Let's see. Where are we going next here? All right, we're at 3:48. Let's shoot David a note. We would like to come to him maybe right at 4 because we'll have somewhat limited time. Got some great topics with him, as always. You know, the one thing I didn't ask Robert that I usually do is, what's your report card on the Trump presidency? And, well, that one slipped away, but we only had about a minute left with him, so we'll get him next week. What was the headline I saw? Oh, the training call. Okay, we're good to go with that. I want to thank Morris Capuano for joining us at the party last night. Many of the people there have got their mortgages through Morris, and they'll all tell you the same thing. Hardworking, great guy, lives to make the American dream come true for people. And now, in his affiliation with Troy Bank and Trust, he has even greater resources to work with. No matter what it is you're looking to do, get the best interest rate on a mortgage or get a pre-approval so you can go out and make an offer on a home backed up with the letter that says you're approved to this amount of money, to make an improvement to your current home, to get money to start a business or to invest. Anytime you're dealing with acquiring money, it can be somewhat stressful, but you'll love the way this man works. Troy Bank and Trust, by the way, is a statewide lending institution that is chartered to always be Troy Bank and Trust. They won't be bought, sold, or merged. My previous mortgage was with the company. It changed hands about 15 times. And I didn't even know where to send my payments some months. But with more, that's not the way it's going to work. Call them at 409-9300, no matter what your money need happens to be. That's 409-9300. Troy Bank and Trust is an equal housing lender, member FDIC, and NMLS number 88697. All right, we are at 3:50. We'll get some traffic on, and David Blackman's coming up next. And by the way, we do have a phone here. It is
now.
a radio. Yeah.
Now it's free.
272-9228.
Well, we are awash with accidents. 5500 Atlanta Highway with injuries. That's from a little bit earlier. We're hoping that one has cleared. That is right near Northeast Boulevard. Woodmere Road at McGinnis, overturned vehicle there. 85 northbound on the ramp, up from Chantilly to 85. We've got a disabled 18-wheeler top of the ramp. If you're coming from Vaughn Road on Chantilly, when you get to the intersection with the Walmart entrance, got two vehicles off on the right. Troy Highway near Jenkins Lane, that's right before Meriwether Road, got an accident there. And a new one, 85 southbound at the bottom of the ramp to Ann Street. Please use caution. We'll keep you updated. Up to $12,000 off the last of the 2024 Nissan Z cars at McKenna Nissan. Interest rates as low as 1.9%. Only one left. It's worth the drive. McKenna Nissan exit 212 off I-65 in Clanton. Wendell J. Montgomery Skywatch traffic.
Are you thinking about selling your home? Here's a question for you. Would you trust your biggest investment to someone who's only doing real estate as a side gig? They've got another job, so how focused are they on getting you the best results? I'm Hannah Grantham, and for us at Forest Meadows Homes and Land, real estate is our full-time and only job.
That's right. You don't have a part-time banker, so why would you have a part-time realtor?
So if you're thinking of selling, think Hannah Grantham and Eddie Bader, and let's make sure your home gets the attention it deserves.
We're full-time agents getting full-time results. Give us a call today, 334-322-0662.
Are you tired of the mainstream media's biased reporting? Do you want to stay informed on the news that really matters to you? Look no further than 1819 News. At 1819 News, we bring you the latest in Alabama news, politics, sports, culture, and more. We've assembled a team of journalists with Alabama values dedicated to the truth and the truth alone. Visit us at 1819news.com today. That's 1819news.com. Subscribe to our newsletter. Honest News, Alabama Values.
Hi there, I'm Kim Williams with Alabama Home Mortgage.
And I'm Madeline Cannon. It's true, rates aren't as low as they have been for the past couple of years, but there are still many homeowners that could benefit from refinancing their current mortgage. There are a lot of things in life that are out of our control, but your mortgage rate is not one of them. If you currently have an adjustable rate mortgage, then you owe it to yourself to give us a call.
Adjustable rate mortgages make sense for some people in stable markets, but in this wild, ever-changing rate environment, it only makes sense to secure a fixed interest rate. A fixed interest rate will give you the peace of mind that your rate is locked. Your rate will not be subject to change with the political and economic tides.
At Alabama Home Mortgage, you can personalize your term. We offer 8-year to 30-year mortgages and everything in between. Grab your mortgage statement and give us a call.
Call Alabama Home Mortgage, the #1 mortgage lender in Alabama, today at 567-4223, or visit us online at myalabamahomemortgage.com. That's Alabama Home Mortgage, because, folks, there is a difference in mortgage companies. NMLS 1586-36A, Equal Housing Lender.
There's good, there's better, then there's the best. For generations, that last category has pretty much been the exclusive realm of Cat Yellow Iron. Equipment that continues to set industry standards. Well, why settle for less? Fact is, you don't just deserve it, you can own the best, and it's more affordable than you think. Whether we're talking micro, mini, or mid-sized tractors, or jumbo earth-moving machines, Thompson Tractor has helped hard-working people like you get their own piece of legendary Cat equipment since 1957. Over that time, we've earned a lot of trust. With Thompson, you can always count on expert service and technical support. We stand behind what we sell. Always have, always will. And now with the Cat Card, you have a host of financing options to protect your cash on hand. So visit ThompsonTractor.com for details. Thompson Tractor. We're here for you.
Nice hear from Henry F. He watched the Mark Robert episode on George Carlin. That channel is What's Up with Lord Buckley. This guy has accumulated a ton of contacts in his career, and he knows so many people and has anecdotal stories on so many. Fun to talk to you. Randall, nice to see your name on the board.
Yes, sir. I just wanted to call and tell you, I hope you know the reason I couldn't make it. I ain't ready for them crowds yet like that. I mean, I'm still going through the drive-through and getting my food by pickup. I just hope you understand that part.
Randall,
okay.
I very much understand that. You should know me better than that.
Like you already know, I was in some dark places, and you was the star that shined the light on me, like you are, man.
Buddy, nobody understands that more than I do. So by all means, have no qualms. You're always there, whether it's on the air or at an event or whatever. You're there in spirit, buddy.
Yes, sir.
So please don't have any doubt about that.
Yes, sir. All right. Thank y'all.
Thank you.
See ya.
Have a great afternoon, my friend. All right, we're at 3:56. I have a little salute to the Burning Man Festival here that we can do. Let me, as usual, I'm like 95% prepared, and the 5% I never have on hand. All right, so we're going to talk to David Blackman shortly. We can get into the Cracker Barrel thing because right now, even though they've already spared Uncle Herschel, they have not done enough. They have not done enough, and I don't think they're going to get the crowns back like they expect to. Swifties and other things. We'll have some fun. And David's going to join us in just a couple of minutes. Brant McDonald at 5:15. SRN News after this. Musical interlude.
Who can take some mushrooms? Who can take some mushrooms? Reefer in a pipe. Reefer in a pipe. Take off all their clothing and then ride around on bikes at Burning Man. At Burning Man. Oh, the Burning Man clan. The Burning Man clan. The Burning Man clan's gonna fry away their brains with all the drugs they took. All the drugs they took. At Burning Man they wake up every day, giving strangers hugs and kisses. Hippie freaks and stoned musicians positions, losing all their inhibitions. Yeah. Who can take some Molly? Who can take some Molly? Roll on ecstasy. Roll on ecstasy. Growing dirty dreadlocks, stinking like patchouli. A Burning Man. A Burning Man. The Burning Man Clan. The Burning Man Clan. The Burning Man Clan's gonna fry away their brains with all the drugs they took. All the drugs they took. The Burning Man Clan's gonna fry away their brains with all the drugs they took. All the drugs they took. At Burning Man. At Burning Man. At Burning Man.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusada, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
David Blackman coming up.
With SRN News, I'm John Scott. The Trump administration has asked a military base outside of Chicago for support on immigration operations. The move offers a clue of what his expanded law enforcement crackdown just might look like in the nation's third largest city. North Korean leader Kim Jong-un will make a rare trip abroad next week to attend a military parade in Beijing. China borders North Korea and is its closest ally. A man convicted of killing his girlfriend, her mother, and a man he claimed owed him money will be executed in Florida. Curtis Wyndham is scheduled to die by lethal injection this evening at Florida State Prison. This will be the 11th execution in the state this year. Stocks finished higher. The Dow was up 71 points. The Nasdaq gained 115 and the S&P 500 adding 20 points today. This is SRN News.
My papa says the Messiah isn't real. He's just a story.
So what do you believe? From the Salvation Poem Project comes Light of the World.
I really liked that movie. You're really going to want your fam to see this. It's Jesus' life, so clear and so fun.
I want to see it again.
See the hand-drawn animated film everyone's talking about.
He's the king of all kings.
He's nothing.
He is the light of the world.
Light of the World. Opening in theaters this Friday. Rated PG.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds. With that kind of money, you could go big time. The next time you're out to dinner with friends, you can order the shrimp cocktail for the table. And maybe you'll realize it only comes with 4 shrimp after you've already given away 3, but that one shrimp will be so good. And if you switch and save hundreds, you could get shrimp all the time. Switch to Progressive and you could save big time. For shrimp. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states. Potential savings will
Rich
vary.
Thomas Weather, a service of Riverside Chevrolet Wetumpka. If it's Chevy, it's Riverside. Best price, best selection. Check them out on the web at riversideusa.net.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. We do have some weather changes on the way, but I think we are dry through the evening hours tonight as clouds increase, with the risk of showers and storms holding off to the late night hours, generally after 1 a.m., Then wet at times during the day Friday, with a low tonight 66, the high on Friday 82. The weekend, pretty standard stuff. Risk of some spotty, scattered, hit-or-miss storms here and there, mostly in the afternoon and evening hours each day through Monday. Highs will be in the middle 80s, lows at night in the 60s. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
At CB&S Bank, we've been meeting the needs of our customers since 1906. Need help setting up new business goals? Our line of commercial loans can help you achieve them. Go to cbsbank.com to find a location near you. All loans subject to credit approval, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers.
Sell women's clothes, they must think we're fools. Go woke, go broke. That's what they say. Try selling folks what they don't want, you'll find there's hell to pay. If you ask me, you should keep your politics to yourself, and we'll both have a better day. Greedy banks lecturing me about DEI, are they for real? And some whack jobs named Ben and Jerry want me to boycott Israel. It's enough to make you reach for a beer, but Bud's woke too. Next they'll call it the queen of beers. Guess this Bud ain't for you. Go woke, go broke. Different company, different day. Sell liberal insanity, and you'll see that business plan don't pay. Best food.
Well, that was an abrupt end.
I love that.
Isn't it great? There's a little bit.
awesome.
In fact, we're just tight for time today, but that is topic one. Is David Blackman joins us, and we explore the never-ending. Sometimes it looks like it's expanding. American idiocracy. And let's start with Cracker Barrel, because David, my take on this. So they saved Uncle Herschel. I don't think that's enough. I don't think this is about the logo at all. I don't think they're going to get back to the people they thought.
Yeah. I mean, the sign's just the facade, there's no substance to that. They've got the same problem Bud Light has. Bud Light, for that was 3 years ago, right? Right. When all that,
at least 2, if not 3. Yes.
Yeah. And they still haven't really apologized for the central point of what their problem is. And so their brand continues to suffer. And I think it's probably way too late for them now. It's probably not too late for Cracker Barrel to do the right thing and apologize for their stupidity and announce that they're going to do a top to bottom analysis of their whole organization and its hiring practices and its DEI policies and all the discriminatory stuff they've been doing for all these years. But I don't think that's in the cards. I think we've seen what we're going to see from them, and they're going to, this lady who's this crazy woman that they made their CEO is she's going to try to just struggle through and hope it all dies off. I don't think it's going to die off for her.
She looks like Kathy Hochul's homely sister.
I keep seeing her and Garth from Wayne's World next to each other.
No, she's got to go. They have to start, and they'll give her a golden parachute, I'm sure.
Sure.
Nobody's coming back until that woman was canned, period, and took all of her brilliant ideas out the door with her. Because
and even then, that's really not enough, because the whole organization, the fact that she became CEO means the whole organization from top to bottom is eaten up with woke. And I mean, I don't know how you recover from that, because you've alienated half the country, and your customer base probably largely tilted towards that half, right? So it's just I think it's really dumber than what Bud Light did, frankly.
Totally agree. I mean, Bud Light, you know what it is? And again, we may have discussed this Monday or touched on it, but if you watch anything that carries commercials produced by today's advertising agencies, I don't know what world they're living in, but it ain't mine.
Yeah.
They portray life in America about as unrealistically as it can be. And when you're noticing how a commercial is cast, or the kinds of things that are going on, like two guys getting all, as Al Sharpton would say, jitty about sniffing a freshly washed towel.
Mm-hmm.
Please. I'm sorry. I don't want to watch that. That's for the privacy of your home. Sniff all you want, but I don't want to see you caressing and sharing the moment with your freaky looking friend. But somebody in an ad agency somewhere spent a lot of money to produce that.
Yeah.
Told the sponsor that paid them the money that this is going to boost sales. And I don't think it is. I just don't think it is. They're selling a lot more than products. Still, they have not learned. And you can almost bet real money that somebody, some company somewhere is going to do what Cracker Barrel did. They're going to get confident making a move that's going to betray the core values of their constituency. And that's it. You're right. Bud Light, they have lost about a quarter of their original market share. That's a lot of money.
Well, and they were about to spend $700 million on that campaign. $700 million. on the combination of the marketing campaign, the rebrand of all their stores, and the rebuilding of most of them.
Yeah.
And that's insane. The whole company's only worth $1.2 billion right now.
Wow.
They should take that money, fire the CEO, fire the agency, fire everybody that had a finger on that, and then treat everybody to food for a week. Breakfast is on us. Can't make it. Lunch is on us. And do that and put some money where the apology is. It would take something that huge.
Yeah.
Really taking ownership of the decision, the mistake it was, then maybe they might have a chance over the long term. But bringing Uncle Herschel in his barrel bag, I'm sorry. That's about as half-assed a gesture as I've ever seen.
And what percentage of their customers do you think even knew that guy's name was Herschel?
Very few.
1% maybe.
I knew there was a guy there. I didn't know his name. In fact, earlier this week, I came across a clip of him talking about that the honor of being in that logo.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
There's a clip of him out there. I didn't even know that.
I can take a look for that while we're talking about, because I know you have lots to say about Taylor Swift and her engagement and the Swifties and.
Oh my God! I'm overwhelmed. It's been my whole week worrying about Tay and Travis.
It's actually become kind of a topic of its own. If I may give you a quick taste of this.
America is at a crossroads. Our families are under attack, our values crumbling. And now they're forcing Tay marriage down our throats.
Tay marriage.
Okay. Yes.
It's
Thank you.
Oh, and I found the Uncle Herschel clip.
Oh, good.
This is just a brief comment. This is Uncle Herschel talking about their values in a promotional video that came out 10 years ago.
10 years ago. Okay. Can't hear it.
Can't hear it.
He didn't share it.
All right. I was at the doctor today. I want David to know. I want everybody to know that. Because I am sick.
Can I do a traffic announcement
Yes.
while you're queuing that up? At Coushatta Parkway and Alabama River Parkway in Prattville, there's he said a tow truck and a Ford F-150 that are blocking the middle two lanes.
That's a big intersection.
Yeah. So coming from the toll bridge into Prattville towards Window World, like where you get on the interstate.
Yes.
But over there by Coushatta Parkway. So yeah, a lot of people who come in, get off 65 and go towards like Slap Out and Deatsville, they take that way.
You realize David is digesting these big city names.
Yeah.
Slap Out.
Slap Out.
And we got our own weird names in Texas. Don't worry about that.
Here once again, Uncle Herschel.
Be down to earth, humble, soft-spoken, wear a smile.
Well, he sounds exactly like you'd expect a girl to sound. No doubt about that.
Wonder where he's from. He sounds like he might have been from Oklahoma for some reason to me.
And people in Texas, the Okies from the locals, right? I mean,
yeah,
there's a difference. These regional, I studied this in college and I got in the course. I, at one time, could hear somebody from New York and specifically pinpoint the borough they were from.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Boroughs had their own syntax.
Yeah, everyone's distinct. Yeah.
It's one of those college courses you take that has absolutely no real value in the real world other than to impress people by guessing their borough. But I used it as a radio bit because we had a lot of New Yorkers calling us during my Miami days.
Yeah, see, well, that had value in your life.
Now that you mentioned it, it did. Cracker Barrel stock continues to go down. I didn't get a chance to look.
Yeah, they lost another 4% today. That stock is down by over 50% over the last 5 years.
Wow.
So they've had long running problems. I mean, they had a reason to try to do something to refresh their brand, right? But doing it the way they did it was obviously a big bad mistake. And then rolling this lady out to do that interview on Good Morning America, You know what her whole educational background is?
Please tell us.
She has a bachelor's degree in communications from one of the Florida directional schools. I think it's Florida, Central Florida or Florida Atlantic. That's the entirety of her education, which is very odd for a person who has become a CEO of a pretty big corporation, right?
Hmm.
And also for someone who is so god awful at communicating.
I hope it's not Florida Atlantic, only because that's where my daughter graduated.
Well, and there's nothing wrong with Florida Atlantic. I mean, my point is, most CEOs of companies don't have communications degrees from anywhere. They've got actual business experience, running a business.
Yeah.
And so it's an odd discipline to have behind your CEO, and it's also, I knew one oil guy who was a communications guy who became a CEO, and he was actually really good at it. But it's rare. It's very rare. But he also had an MBA. So, it's a different thing. But to me, it's just striking that she has that degree, spent 15, 17 years as a communications professional. And then she gets on TV and does maybe the worst CEO interview I've ever seen in my life. It's wild. Anyway.
But, above and beyond college education, it's the complete absence of common sense.
Yeah.
Knowing who comes to your restaurants. What are these people like? What do they tend to represent? I worked in one of their places. Even off that, a couple of weeks, I would have been able to make a better decision than this woman. And there must be a pressure on them to do this, because we know the PWNBTs, that's the people with nothing better to do. They're all over the place. And these are the folks that have time to harass companies over crap like woke and DEI. I'm so sick. This board of governors, Fed board of governors woman that Trump fired, she's not going to go. Really?
Well, I think they ran her off today. They didn't let her back into her office, so she's gone.
I heard she might be getting a visit from some marshals, actually, that they were sending the troops. And she basically admitted to what she did by saying it was a paperwork error. It's always,
Oh, of course. Yeah, it's paperwork. Sure it is.
Could have happened to anybody. But when you're and we all know, I'm sure, how this chick got appointed to the board.
It was apparently a cottage industry in the Democratic Party. I mean, how many of them do we now know were doing exactly the same thing? Letitia James, Adam Schiff.
Yeah.
I mean, just there's going to be a laundry list of them. Obviously, the DOJ is making a point of investigating all of them on that regard.
David's blog today, The Throbbing Absurdities, and it is my go-to source to learn from, so I can pass information along to our listeners. I want to go back to the Swifties, because somebody was at CBS made Edward R. Murrow roll over in his grave today.
Oh, man, Olivia, what's her name? Olivia something. I'm not familiar with her. She's apparently CBS's White House reporter. She's a young lady. She looks like she's maybe 30. Pleasant looking woman. And I'm sure she's probably good at her job. But she got the news, came into her iPhone just as she was about to go on the air for a live hit from the White House. And she just goes absolutely nuts over the fact that Taylor Swift is getting married.
Well,
I gotta look that up.
There's a clip in the blog, right?
Oh, okay.
Yes, yeah, and it's safe. There's no cussing or anything. It's just wild.
Here she is.
Look at this. And she's live on camera.
This is so embarrassing.
So, it's just like she's a 12-year-old.
Yes.
Oh my God.
But this is a person who I know lectures people that she's a truly serious journalist who, has it's depressing that
The stuff from his blog doesn't have audio. It's got to be the browser tab or something.
must be, yeah. I mean, when I play it, it works. I haven't had any complaints about it.
This is the best audio we've had it ever.
They can see it, but they can't hear it.
See, this is the problem I have on my laptop at home.
I think it's that specific tab because when you played the Uncle Herschel thing, that worked. The Cracker Barrel.
So if I reassign the tab, can we try?
Well, you have to look in somewhere it's muted.
Well,
damn it.
It's only the stuff on your blog. It happened the other day too, David.
I hate technology.
I
Now I'm
know.
going to have to change what I'm doing again.
Well, the clip, our over-the-air listeners heard it, right?
Yes, they'll hear
Oh,
it.
they did? Okay.
So,
Just
but
not on the stream.
I'm also having audio issues on my laptop, so I did not get to hear the clip when I read your blog today. I don't know what's going on with that. I've tried everything, but I am absolutely dumbstruck at this woman, this White House reporter, acting like a 13-year-old girl over Taylor Swift's engagement. I wonder
Yeah,
who
I know my 12-year-old daughter reacted granddaughter reacted that way. I have no doubt, right? I mean, but she's 12 years old, so she's supposed to.
And I'm going to quote David here from today's blog. For the 1,000th time or more, this is a proper place to repeat my warning that the corrupt, juvenile propaganda media is, other than the Democratic Party, the most clear and present threat to our nation's survival as a free republic.
Yeah.
You couldn't be more spot on. I mean,
I think that it's really sad, but it's true. And all this disinformation and just awful reporting that they do, and all these paid reports now that all the billionaire foundations have figured out how to fund in all of our newspapers. The chances are your newspaper takes climate alarm propaganda stories from some of these groups like Climate News Central, and there's a bunch of them that do this. They're all funded by these left-wing billionaires. And our media is just diseducating the whole country, brainwashing the whole country on a variety of different topics. And that's a threat because an uninformed people are people that are ripe for being dominated by their government. And it's really, really a threat, I think, to our whole country.
the media just remains, even though their audiences are diminishing, shows are getting canceled. The messaging has not changed at all. They're still giving you the worst possible take on anything. Recent example, the crackdown on crime in DC. We're hearing from people off the record, including network reporters and so forth. Somebody had gotten attacked in DC, severely hurt. They're welcoming this off the air, but on the air, they're still kind of pushing the this is unprecedented involvement.
Oh, crime was down. Crime is down.
Hopefully, we're going to get to the truth on that, because crime is not down. This is a thing. They're now finding this out in all the cities. How about Governor Pritzker from Texas, or Illinois, rather, taking?
Don't blame us for him.
I'm dumping that. My listeners never heard that. The first time I've ever dumped myself for just a silly run of the mill. But I did go to the doctor today. I'm not 100%. So
yeah,
I will live. I want to make that clear.
You get a pass.
I just need a little sympathy right now. Boy, I wish you I wish you could have been here last night in town. We celebrated the 20th anniversary of this afternoon show, and your name came up so many times, and you've really just brought such an elegant present. It's better than I deserve. But if I could have arranged for you to walk into that place last night, you would have felt like a conquering hero, a pope, or somebody. Yeah, it was.
I still need to come out there sometime.
And I need to go there.
I wish we had more to offer than our company, but we're kind of lacking here.
Well,
That'd be plenty.
times for the radio business. I just got a.
I mean, in Montgomery, Greg.
I grew up in Beeville, Texas. I got to believe Montgomery has a lot more to offer than Beeville.
I've never been to Beeville, but I kind of like the music. Play on words with the Three Dog Night song from many years ago. All right, we're at 4:22. We're going to take our first of two breaks here, David, and come back.
All right.
While we're getting ready to do that, please give everybody your blog address so they can find and support your magnificent work.
Yes, davidblackman.substack.com for politics and blackman.substack for energy. I write about both most every day, not quite every day, but most of it.
Well, you're a better, wiser person for reading it. And, my ratings went up on this show, I think, because of David, although don't tell him that because I feel guilty for not giving him money for that gift. This is, by the way, I think I mentioned the highest rated hour on the station, 4 o'clock.
Awesome.
Because 2 days a week, it's really dependably excellent. Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, you hit
We do our
something.
best.
We do our very best. All right, we'll be back with David in just a minute. A word for Jack Ingram, Signature Used Cars. Rare buying opportunities. I mean, they run the gamut and have more cars under 20,000. But if you're really shopping on a tight budget, they've had some vehicles actually under 5,000. But I always check to make sure that they're still available, because reliable pre-owned vehicles at that price are not going to be around for long. So if you're interested in the Chevy Malibu, and I should share this tab so that people can see, it's a 2016 Chevy Malibu at $49.99. It's in great condition. There it is on the left. To your right, that is a 2013 Ford Escape Sports Edition, also $49.99. Now, these cars would not be there like any other vehicle, whether it's a Mercedes or the Escape or the Malibu or a Porsche. They wouldn't be on the lot if they hadn't been given a very thorough vetting by the Ingram team of mechanics, by the Carfax report, and the body shop. They don't want to resell somebody else's troubles. With 25 lending partners, they'll get you done. But a chance to buy a car that comes with the support of a real great family automobile dealership at under $5, you might want to look into that. So start at Jack Ingram, signatureUsedCars.com. And of course, the Ingram family brings you great new products from Mercedes-Benz, Nissan, Porsche, Volkswagen, Volvo, and Audi at jackingram.com. Back to the roads with Skipper, back with David.
Well, as we get into the 4 o'clock hour, a lot of our earlier accidents have cleared, but we are very busy on the boulevards, east and east-south especially. I-65 and 85 running light to moderate traffic flow at the moment. Seem to be doing pretty good. We do have several minor accidents scattered all over, and some of our earlier ones maybe cleaning up, finishing up. Buckle up. We'll keep you updated if anything happens to slow you down. Invisible Fence is more than a fence. Pairs with hands-on training and the latest technology, your pet can enjoy more of the yard. Call Vicky at Invisible Fence, 265-2585, with the J. Montgomery Skywatch Traffic.
Jenny King, the king of clean, delivers reliable, high-quality commercial cleaning services through a proven franchise model that empowers local business owners. Jenny King's franchise owners receive the training, support, and resources needed to succeed, while clients benefit from tailored cleaning solutions backed by a global brand. Jenny King ensures consistent results, trust, and success for everyone we serve. Go to JennyKingCleans.com and find out how we can help you. That's JennyKingCleans.com.
Jenny King, the king of clean.
Hi, this is Bo Goodson with the Goodson Group with your Real Estate Minute. So far this year, over 2,600 homes have sold and closed in the River region. 55% of these homes sold in 60 days or less, and sellers are receiving close to 98% of listed price. Over the last year, average prices in the River region have increased over 10% from last year. We do have more inventory now to show buyers before they purchase. There are homes in all price ranges available for buyers interested in moving. moving. As a seller, it's a great time to sell through a realtor and gain access to many buyers, not just one or two. If you are a buyer, having more homes to pick from give you better choices before you buy. Our market is now more balanced between a buyer and seller market than we've seen since 2019. Get the facts, see the inventory, get a great local lender to help you, and an agent that's going to look after your interests. For all the facts, call Bo Goodson from the Goodson Group, 221-2883 or 551-0225.
What does it mean for a nation to be successful? I'm Stephanie Bryan, Tribal Chair and CEO of the Poarch Creek Indians. We believe a successful nation gives back. As we've built economic opportunity and prosperity, the Poarch Creek Indians have been able to give back to our neighbors in Alabama and beyond. More than $37 million since 2021 alone. From education and healthcare to tornado relief, learn more about our charitable giving at PoarchCreekIndians.org.
The Tierce family has been your local Roto-Rooter service since 1964. Drain cleaning, plumbing repair, and those troublesome septic tanks, no problem. Technology has changed a bit in the last 54 years. Video inspections of lines to locate problems is available, as well as scheduling your appointment online. River Region residents have trusted Roto-Rooter for over half a century. You can too. Call today at 272-7130 or visit online at rotorooteralabama.com.
Call Roto-Rooter, that's the name, and we go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
Hi, this is Don Duncan with Don Duncan's All-American Automotive and Tire. Just want to say a big thank you to Blue Water Broadcasting. They've been a big partner in our success. And again, thank you guys so much for all you've done for us. If you need anything, come see us. Again, this is Don Duncan with All-American Auto and Tire.
Did you know that radio is the #1 reach platform in all of media? It's true. Call us to find out how to put radio's #1 reach to work for your business. Blue Water Broadcasting, local folks helping local business.
Weather, a service of H&H Carpets, where right now, get a load of this, listen close, you get a house full of carpet for $19.95 installed. Unbelievable. They're located at 6450 Atlanta Highway, just across from Walmart.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. We do have some weather changes on the way, but I think we are dry through the evening hours tonight as clouds increase, with the risk of showers and storms holding off to the late night hours, generally after 1 a.m., Then wet at times during the day Friday, with a low tonight 66, the high on Friday 82. Then for the Labor Day weekend, pretty standard stuff. Risk of some spotty, scattered hit-or-miss storms here and there, mostly in the afternoon and evening hours each day through Monday. Highs will be in the middle 80s, lows at night in the 60s. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
You can make your ASE loan payment from your phone anytime, anywhere. It's quick and easy. YourASECreditUnion.com. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal Opportunity Lender.
ASE Credit Union. Your life, your goals, your ASE.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings, 6 till 9, and afternoons, 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM, WACV.
Attention snack lovers. Hostess Ding Dongs reminds you to check before you chomp.
Hostess Ding Dongs, they're the best. Just be careful if you ingest creamy green filling just for you. It might be mold that will make you spew. Hostess Ding Dongs, try them today. We hope that you don't pass away.
Eat at your own risk.
The Idiocracy and the leadership would like to remind you to check your ding dong for mold. And if you do find it, report it to the nearest authorities. Thank you for your cooperation in this matter. You believe it? You can't even depend on a ding dong anymore, David.
Well, that's just a crying shame. That's all I can say, man.
I've
forgotten what ding dongs are. Is that the chocolate ones or the?
They're like little hockey pucks, chocolate nut.
Oh, right, yeah.
Cake with a white film.
I don't know the difference between all of them.
Oh, I know. I got to stop eating that stuff because my weight was up a little at the doctor's.
Yeah, I don't think it really qualifies as food.
It doesn't. No.
No way.
I don't think most of the bread we buy on the shelf at the store anymore counts as food.
Nope.
When you can scrunch it up and it comes back into shape. It's a question.
Remember when you were a kid, you'd pour water on bread and it would just kind of disintegrate?
Yeah.
Yes.
Now it just acts like a sponge. You
It
pour
is a-
water on it, squeeze all the water out, just comes right back to form.
Part of me,
scary.
probably the wrong place, is very happy with that, though, that it's no longer I mean, it lasts longer.
It does last longer.
That's
Sometimes
not good.
a loaf of bread would go bad in a week.
I just threw away some hot dog buns that we bought before the 4th of July.
And
And they didn't have any mold on them. Yeah.
No,
No, that's hilarious.
they probably weren't even stale. They should be
No.
hard as a rock and then moldy, and they don't do that.
It's not just the buns, but I had a pack of Oscar Mayer's or ballparks that lasted all summer, one at a time.
Yeah,
I mean, I put them in a plastic. I don't leave them out loose, but
that's not
first of all,
good.
your friends will not come to your house if you have loose wieners in your
I
refrigerator.
think so, yeah.
It's a bad look. It's not a good idea.
I was going to say something about the WNBA, but I decided not to say that.
Oh, yeah. Do they still have the nets up around the court so nobody gets hit in the head with a
They put net.
flying? Yeah. Too many things were flying out of the stands.
Yes.
Either that or they got to make them wear helmets.
It brought them so many more viewers and publicity, though. How many times did we talk about the WNBA in the last year?
Yeah.
None that I can remember. Well,
Until the big green monster.
the green monster came into being. How is it today's Democratic Party just in their invested of irrational, over the top hatred of Donald Trump? They're so committed to that negative emotional makeup that they are putting themselves literally on the wrong side of everything, including, you mentioned this earlier in the week, the electoral situation in this country could be heavily against them by what they're doing.
Yeah, they're going to lose at least 5 seats in this whole redistricting thing that's going on, and maybe more if Gavin Newsom doesn't stop. I mean, several other red states are probably going to go do it too. They could lose 5 to 10 seats just through this redistricting, mid-decade redistricting, and then you get to 2030, and the new census is going to probably take 10 to 12 seats away from blue states because everybody's going to the red states to get away from taxes and everything.
There was just a random poll on Citizen Free Press this morning, and the headline said 54% of Americans present crime prevention measures in D.C., and I'm thinking, what the hell is wrong with the other 46%? Are you for crime? It's not reading about Jacob Fry, the very confused and idiot, he'll probably be gone soon, mayor of Minneapolis, who yesterday was all against thoughts and prayers, was all for thoughts and prayers when he was kneeling next to George Floyd's golden coffin and putting on the emotional hysterics that he did. That's another thing. Stick your thoughts and prayers. That's what we're hearing from a lot of people after the tragedy in Minneapolis. And once again, it's always the gun's fault. Never mind that we've had 7 transgender mass shooters now.
Yeah. And all but 2 of them are targeting Christian schools, Catholic or other Christian schools. So there's a real kind of pattern here developing, and it's not a good one that the media refuses to really talk about.
Well, I think to some who are weak in the head, the media's incessant talk about fascism in a police state, and some of these people say, hey, I could be a hero here if I go after this guy, or I can commit this atrocity. I will be remembered and loved, and I honestly think that plays a role in some of these incidents and why they happen.
Yeah, well, this guy, I mean, clearly in his social media posts, he was heavily influenced by all that kind of rhetoric against the president, and he had Trump derangement syndrome on an industrial strength scale. And I mean, it's clear what his problems were. And plus, he'd been brainwashed into thinking he was a girl, and it's just terrible.
Yeah, he regretted that too. That was part of his manifesto that he did
Really?
not. Yeah, he came to regret the transition decision. To her credit, I was almost shocked to see common sense coming from somebody's mouth in DC. Muriel Bowser says it's working.
Yeah,
the city's becoming safer, and she probably got wrapped on the knuckles for making any kind of a statement that might have indicated support for a Trump idea. And you point out that AP did a poll that said 81% of Americans believe crime is a major problem
in the big cities. Yeah.
Yes.
And it is. It's undeniable.
Mm-hmm.
Historically, isn't that what helped get Richard Nixon elected the first in 68? Big on
his was he had the law and order. I'm the law and order candidate. He'd like to say, and he was, and he didn't do much once he came into office, but he campaigned on that. Yeah.
That's what Trump has been doing, is putting on a clinic of making promises and keeping them.
Yes. I mean, he talked about doing this during the campaign. Nothing he's done should be a surprise to anyone, because he talked about all of this during the campaign.
But the Democrats are so infested with this mental condition of hatred towards him, they keep putting themselves on the wrong side of the issue. And I'm sorry, telling the public, we're going to reinvent the police. We're going to send a social worker out the next time your husband calls you, or somebody commits road rage. Yeah, that's just what I need. Somebody with, who I can take their clipboard and beat the assailant over the head with.
Let's all remember that Minneapolis, Minnesota, in the wake of the George Floyd thing, was the first major city in America that defunded its police.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Defunded 40% of its budget. So if you'd have had a proper police force, they might have been able to respond to this call a lot quicker. But you didn't, because the leftists that dominate the city's politics have chosen to defund it. And every aspect of this can be laid at the feet of Democratic policies.
Locally here, we've never heard the words defund the police. We just kind of stopped hiring them, or they've gone off to work at other places. And this, to me, is the most unforgivable of all. You cannot call 911 here and be guaranteed somebody will pick up the phone.
Yeah.
And that's it. Almost any time of the day or night.
That's been a common tactic to make it harder and harder, because that's all part of the organized effort across the country in Democrat-run cities to underreport crime statistics. If you can't get a hold of 911, you can't report the crime, right? It's the only way you can report the crime in most cities. And so that's in and of itself means crime is underreported in Montgomery.
What does Gavin Newsom mean when he says he's going to surge state law enforcement to assist the big city police?
Yeah, so he's going to reassign a bunch of state law enforcement from, the Highway Patrol and other state law enforcement agencies to go into Los Angeles and Oakland, I presume, and probably San Francisco and Sacramento, and assist law enforcement in order to try to avoid Trump being justified in calling in the National Guard. And so this is Newsom responding directly to Trump's, what he's doing in Washington, D.C., by claiming this is his idea.
In essence, agreeing with Trump, he's just dressing it up a little bit different.
Right, exactly. And it's such a classic Gavin Newsom thing. It's so classic. He's the most artificial, phony individual who's ever walked the face of the earth.
He really is.
And you know what frustrates me? Why can't more people see that in him? He is a total fraud.
Yeah, everything about him.
Fake. Don't believe anything I say. He may as well have it tattooed on his forehead. And he's going to be their candidate.
Don't have that BS detector. They don't have.
That's sad. We should start a foundation for people who don't have the built-in BS and raise money.
He would just take it. He'd allot it to himself.
Glenn Beck, who I used to respect a lot more than I currently do, but one time he used a term that I did like called conservative porn. And when I read the words that Trump is investigating or going to or wants to investigate George Soros and his hideous kid, that the fantasies erupted. There's no more than anybody else, more than Biden, more than any of the creeps that have been destroying the country. That guy is the leader of the pack.
Yeah, he has been. Yeah.
What's your level of confidence that they'll be able to do something?
Well,
Yeah,
it all comes right back to this is just another to-do item on Pam Bondi's very long list of undone items. And, she's doing good things in some respects. I mean, she's making a lot of arrests, a lot of drug interdictions and arresting a lot of child molesters and pedophiles and, cracking down on gangs. And so all those standard kind of DOJ things she's really good at, just like Jeff Sessions was. But just in terms of going after the people who've tried to literally destroy our republic over the past 9 years, the James Comeys, the John Brennans, all these people at the DOJ and FBI who ran that coup against Trump for 4 years, she's done zero, nothing, not a thing. Anthony Fauci, no action on Anthony Fauci. So do I believe she's going to really go after and prosecute Soros on a RICO, investigation? No, I don't believe that. And she's got to give me some reason to be optimistic.
We're down to our last couple of minutes. I just read this depressing news in the notes that the firing hearing for Fed Governor Lisa Cook is set tomorrow before a Biden judge.
Yes.
It's so wrong that you can just presume they're going to do the wrong thing and find a reason. And then it's got to go to another court. What happened to the president being the boss and being able to look out for us by taking corrupt people out of a job, or at least off the job long enough until the investigation can prove fraud?
Right. And remember, these judges are supposed to be chosen randomly. So every district, jurisdiction, every circuit jurisdiction has a number of federal judges, and their cases are supposed to be assigned on a random basis. And yet that appears to have been completely abandoned once Donald Trump took office, because every significant case is heard by either a Biden or an Obama judge.
Yeah.
So, and John Roberts, the Supreme Court Justice, the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, has done nothing. He has full authority to police that and correct it. And he has done nothing to change that in 8 months.
They knew they need a new randomometer in this judicial assignment process, because it always seems to work out that the people that in question are going to get. But at least those situations that have made it to higher courts, they've been tossed, like the Trump verdict on the mortgage fraud, which ironically his prosecutor seems to have a problem with.
Yeah, she's got the problem, the real problem.
Yeah, it's just amazing. So we're hoping for some results on Soros. That just looked so good to read. And in your blog, you did a magnificent job gathering the details on this. They're all horrible. The one in Minneapolis, talked to people yesterday who said, I was so emotionally touched by this one in particular because of the praying kid. Yet the godless folks are out there. Oh, thoughts and prayers. Stick your thoughts and prayers. Let's get gun control. That'll fix it.
Yeah, gun control. Minnesota has the strongest gun control laws in the country, other than Illinois.
Yeah. And by the way, it's another thing you learn in David's blog. We got a minute to talk about baseball before we wrap up. Do we want to talk about? I mean, the Yankees have won.
They're scoring runs again. How about that?
They're in Chicago playing the White Sox. Maybe they can get there. Although some sports writer on MSN said Aaron Boone was one of the 5 worst managers in baseball, and I'm kind of in on that.
Yeah, I mean, he was in the World Series last year, for crying out. How can it be among the five worst? That's not possible. Sorry.
Yeah, it's just that he's got a different team this year, but he's managing it the same as he did last year. Last year they had Juan Soto. This year they don't. Here's the thing. I'm just being very emotionally protective of myself right now. I'm trying not to.
I don't blame you. I am too, man.
Well, the Dodgers.
Oh, the pitching staff got healthy, and so suddenly they're starting to win some games.
Yes, and I think that's going to continue.
They're getting 6 and 7 innings out of their starters now instead of 3 or 4, and it really makes a huge difference.
The interesting thing about them is they don't really seem to care. San Diego gets into first place for a day, and the city has a parade. Yeah, enjoy your day. Enjoy your day because we'll be in the World Series and you won't again.
Do you know what I read the other day? It's been like 22 years since San Diego won that division. I would have never guessed that in a million years.
No, I thought they won it in like 2008 or 12.
I was like, was it 8? Maybe it's only been 17. It's been a long time. I figured they had to have won at some point over the last decade, but I guess not.
Well, all I know is that I was a fool. I went to when I was a Cub fan. That was my mental derangement for many years. And in 1984, when the Cubs for the first time in 39 years made it to the playoffs against who? The crappy San Diego Padres. I had a friend out there that got tickets for Game 4, so I had to hope they would lose Game 3 so I could see Game 4. Flew 3,000 miles from Miami to San Diego to watch Steve Garvey hit a home run in the bottom of the 9th inning, and then the Cubs. I had to fly back to Miami the next day. I land. They're winning 3-0. Okay, so it's a 5-game series. I'll live with that. The game was actually really incredible. By the time the taxi got me from the airport to my house, they had lost 5-3. So this is how addictions can kill, friends.
Yes.
David, we
kill you, man.
Your time. Please give us your blog address one more time.
Yes, davidblackman.substack for politics, blackman.substack for energy. Come see me.
All right, and have a great weekend. We'll talk to you
All
Monday.
right, y'all too.
Bye. Excellent.
All right.
And we have a great leader in our community joining us right after. I'm talking to you, Sam Smith from Impact. Check out what's coming in the way of entertainment to the Montgomery Performing Arts Center. That's next.
We remain very busy all over the area this afternoon. Got a lot of traffic on the roads, and we had an accident a few moments ago. Ann Street in front of Z-Mart. That's right at I-85. Very busy around Ann Street, Perry Hill. We've got a lot of cars on Atlanta Highway, Vaughn Road, Taylor Road busy. I-65 and 85 light to mostly moderate traffic. And we've had several other minor accidents. Those aren't affecting traffic flow. We will keep you updated. At McKinnon Toyota, special financing on Tundras as low as 3.9% up to 72 months. They have a great selection. McKinnon Toyota, exit 212 off I-65 in Glen. I'm Wendell J. Montgomery Skywatch Traffic.
What's your biggest investment? More than likely, it's your home. So treat it that way when you hire a painting contractor. At PBS Painting, there are no gimmicks, no $99 specials. Just quality painting and someone who treats your home with the same respect that you do. At PBS Painting, we have been painting for years and look forward to many more years to come. With PBS Painting, the job gets prepped properly, whether it's cleaning, scraping, or priming. We always use quality products, which is a must for a quality paint job. So if you're looking for a painter that doesn't need upfront money and is on the job at all times, then please give me a call. Scott Bowers and PBS Painting, 294-5122. That's PBS Painting, 294-5122. Look at some of our work on Facebook at PBS Painting Montgomery.
News is brought to you by Jack Ingram Nissan. Shop now at jackingramnissan.com.
1819 News.
The Alabama Attorney General's office is confirming that the state of Alabama will be appealing a recent ruling coming from a federal judge that requires state lawmakers to redraw the state Senate districts ahead of the midterm elections. District Judge Anna Manasco issued that ruling last week in a lawsuit that was brought by the ACLU and NAACP. The two groups say that the current districts split up black voters. While the state is preparing to appeal this decision, state lawmakers are actively discussing their next steps and whether or not a special session needs to be called by the governor in order to redraw these districts. Any action from the state legislature would occur sometime in September or October. Secretary of State Wes Allen is also warning for the court to stay its judgment until the U.S. Supreme Court makes a decision on the Louisiana case that also involves redistricting that is based upon racial demographics. I'll be back with more Alabama stories after this.
Did you know that 70% of people experience a potentially traumatic event in their lifetime, and that 6 out of every 100 adults face PTSD every day? Help us bring hope to these survivors by signing up for your Alabama Distinctive PTSD Awareness license plate today. The great thing is you can sign up no matter when your current plate renews, and the first year is complimentary. All you need is your VIN number on hand. Drive awareness, drive hope, and customize your plate today at atease.org.
A house fire in Limestone County has claimed the life of 2 people and injured 3 others. A 7-year-old child and 27-year-old adult were trapped in the home that caught fire this Thursday morning. A total of 5 people were in that home. A woman, her newborn baby, and another child were able to get out. This past Tuesday, residents in 3 cities in central Alabama were able to make history by voting in the first ever female mayor. In Homewood, Jennifer Andrus was victorious in that race. Graham Smith was elected mayor of Mountain Brook, and Lisa Davis will serve as mayor in Columbiana. I'm Andrea Tice.
For more news affecting Alabamians, go to 1819news.com. And while you're there, subscribe to the daily newsletter.
In the market for a used car? Visit jackingram.com to view our selection of luxury, domestic, and imported vehicles. With 8 locations and online at jackingram.com, Jack Ingram Motors is sure to have the perfect car for you.
Welcome to Eclectic Coins, Montgomery's largest coin dealer, specializing in buying and selling investment-grade gold and silver coins. And they have a large selection of rare coins and coins from around the world. Visit them at 543 Northeastern Boulevard or on the web at eclecticcoins.com. Eclectic Coins, where collectors who know go.
Do you have real estate problems? Whether you're facing foreclosure, inherited a property, or have costly repairs, we understand. At Rapid Fire Home Buyers, we're here to help. Any condition, any situation, we'll give you an honest cash offer for your home so you can move forward. Because when real estate problems cause you uncertainty, you deserve a solution you can trust. Any condition, any situation, we're here to help. Give Rapid Fire Home Buyers a call today at 334-675-1000. That's 334-675-1000.
This is the News Talk 93.1 River Region Business Spotlight, a chance for you to get to know our area businesses and business leaders.
Leader, are you kidding? The spotlight shines no brighter than when we have Sam Smith from the Montgomery Performing Arts Center in the studio with us. Welcome, my friend. Good to have you back.
Hey, Greg, what in the Uncle Herschel is going on with you?
You never know listening to this show.
Listen, I'm going to tell you real quick. I think that was a money market thing. All the executives sold off all their shares, messed up the name, shares dropped, they get it back.
Pamela, make notes. I think he's onto something here. We could be, hey, that could be the key to uncovering. We could get it like a Pulitzer or maybe a nice trophy.
Makes sense.
It does. I mean, because you just can't be that stupid on purpose, or can you?
No.
What's happening at Impact? War is coming?
We are. And the good kind of war, not the bad kind of war. Yeah. Yeah. If you're familiar with this band, Why Can't We Be Friends?
Yes. Cisco Kid.
You
know, we played all of those songs on what is now called classic rock radio, but they fit in. We played Skinner. We played War.
Right.
It was a sort of a sub top 40, but it all worked together.
Right.
Also, Sprock Zarathustra, we played, a really interesting combination of things. I always love their music, and should be a real fun night.
Yeah, and the tickets are going on sale tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. This show's on November the 7th, so it's coming up pretty quick. So the tickets will be on sale tomorrow. And another show that we're releasing tomorrow is country artist T. Graham Brown. If you're familiar with mid-'80s country pop, T. Graham was at the top of his game back then, and he's still touring and still putting on great shows. So he's going to be here November 23rd. So we're looking forward to that.
Well, let's take a look through the months ahead and see what's on the highlight reel here.
Okay.
And that we can still get tickets to see.
Right. And tickets for all these shows that we're talking about are available now at Ticketmaster.com, or you can go on to impactonline.org. Or you can call the box office at 481-5100 and get tickets for them. The next big show that we have coming up is September 12th. We have Collective Soul, 90s super group. They're kind of an alternative rock group if you're not familiar with them. September 18th, Reckless Kelly is coming. Their country act from the 90s. The 24th is unique artist Chris Bodie. He is a Grammy Award-winning trumpist, jazz player, and so that's something different we don't normally have at Impact. September 25th, St. Paul and the Broken Bones. There's a lot of your listeners that are familiar with that band. That's going to be a pretty cool show, and that's something that's Alan's been working on a long time to try to get here into the city. We're rolling into October 2nd. Billy Bob Thornton, the actor and singer,
and singer
and ladies man and everything else. And his band, the Boxmasters, will be there October the 2nd. And
that's kind of cool. It was like I saw Bill Murray in Georgia playing with a band I'd never heard of, but he set aside the comedy, the acting, the movies, all that stuff because he wanted to tour with a band.
Right.
It was an interesting experience. This, I expect, Billy Bob Thornton will have a more direct role.
Yeah, he's actually a singer, and he also plays drums and plays a little bit of guitar. But we had him in, I think it was 2015 when we had ZZ Top here the first time. Billy Bob opened up for ZZ Top, and it was really phenomenal. His music is eclectic at best. It's country meets rockabilly meets surf music. It's pretty out there.
That's cool.
Yeah, and so it's pretty unique, and you can go on YouTube and see some of his videos and stuff. But couldn't be a nicer guy. I got to meet him a few years ago, and we're looking forward to him coming back to town. October 10th, we've got Mickey and the Motor Cars. They're a West Texas kind of alt country band that's popped up in the last few years, and we're bringing them on October the 10th. On the 27th, we have a band called Toast, and Toast is a tribute band for bread.
I love that.
Yeah,
I do too.
That's so cool.
That is very clever. I actually saw, I hate dating myself, but I may as well surrender, right?
Yeah, you kind of have
Around
to.
the same time, I was playing New Songs by War,
Right.
who again coming November 7th, right?
That's correct.
I saw Bread in concert with David Gates,
Right.
and they were really good.
Yeah.
I mean, they did the beautiful ballads, but they did some good rock and roll too.
Well, these guys are a pretty good tribute band. We're pretty impressed. And we don't do a whole lot of that. We have a lot of the Black Jacket series that everybody here in Montgomery is familiar with over the years, and they always bring good musicians. And so when we do these shows, they have to really stand up to do a tribute show because we really don't want to be a tribute venue, so to speak. So, but that's going to be a pretty cool show. November rolls out. We just talked about War, November 7th. We have Sam Bush, who is a Grammy award-winning mandolinist. Is that right?
Mandolinist.
Yeah. I should know that. I'm a guitar player. There you go. But he will be here November the 2nd. So all the bluegrassers out there, you want to come see this guy. He's pretty phenomenal. November 8th, we have ABBA Tribute. We've had him here before, and it sells out every single time. And they are awesome.
You know what? I wouldn't mind seeing that.
Well, you know a guy, right?
I know a guy.
That's right.
I have connections here after 20 years. No, seriously, I really enjoy, like, Take a Chance on Me is one of my all-time favorite songs.
Yeah, well,
and I always hand it out to women when I've just
right.
met them.
Well, those are those songs you listen in the car by yourself when nobody can see you listening to them.
Thank you.
Yeah,
you are so honest.
So guys, come on down. It's going to be okay.
Yeah,
bring your ladies down, or whichever. November 13th, we've got Rodney Crowell, and country artist. He used to be Johnny Cash's son-in-law for a brief period of time. So a lot of the country artists or country listeners will know this artist, and he's a big deal, big singer-songwriter. So we have that November 13th. And then a couple of shows that we have November 30th, Joe Bonamassa, Guitar Great, will be here again. And so, Joe comes about once every year and a half, 2 years. And
I heard rumors that I'm going to have tickets to give away for that show.
Could be.
It's just a rumor.
Yeah.
We'll confirm soon. But yeah, keep listening in the morning, folks.
Yeah, because we've got a lot of those things going, and I know Joe's promotional people are doing that too. The other show that we have that's really cool, it speaks to me because I'm a Christmas guy. Christmas is my favorite time of the year. But and I know you know who this is. I don't know if Pamela does, but we're going to have December the 12th of an evening with Peter Billingsley.
Of course, I know who that is. That is a movie from my childhood.
Okay.
Christmas Story.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's so cool.
Yes. So Peter Billingsley will be in Montgomery, will be at the theater, and it'll be kind of a one-on-one. They'll be interviewing him. He'll be talking about things behind the scenes in the movie, about the actors and some of the clips and some parts of the movie. So we were really excited to get this thing, and it went on sale, I think, last week. So so tickets are available for that, and
that's a great idea.
Yeah.
I love it.
And he looks the same too. I think if you see him on the billboards here in town, we've got up, there's a picture of him as a little kid, a picture of him now.
Yeah.
And his eyes are exactly the same
Yes.
blue. I mean, it's incredible.
He has become the adult you would have expected from a child.
Oh yeah.
He was an elf, and he was so good.
That's right.
As a grown up.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, it was so cute.
The show last year, I wanted to compliment you because
Mm-hmm.
you came in and we talked about it in advance. The Cirque du Soleil Christmas show last year was amazing.
Right.
That was probably the best show I attended the whole year.
Well, and I'm unprepared with the date, but we have that show back again this year. So
I gotta go back.
Yeah, it's sorry, I can't remember. There's
Well, now that I've seen it, I can sell it a little bit better. That's for
absolutely,
sure. Of course,
absolutely.
Cirque du Soleil is a great brand, no doubt about that. But especially for the infusion of holiday spirit that comes with it, you know,
Right.
it was just breathtaking to watch and amazing to listen to.
And you know, a lot of these shows that we're not talking about because there's only so much time on the radio. We have a lot more shows that are on sale that are going on that we're not even discussing. And one of them is the Ukrainian ballet Nutcracker. We're going to have that November the 21st. So,
Oh, man.
so we've got a lot of stuff going on, a lot of Christmas stuff coming up. Mark Lowry is coming in October, who is a Christian artist, comedian. So there's a lot of things. And the best way to see all this is go to our website and take a look, or get on Facebook or Instagram and go to our pages. But all these shows are on sale now that we're talking about. If you want tickets, you want more information, you go to Ticketmaster.com, impactonline.org, or call Jessica at the box office at 481-5100 and get info on all this.
Just my opinion, but when people ask what is your favorite album, they're always surprised when I say Nutcracker. I think it's the single greatest piece of music ever composed.
Right.
You can feel Tchaikovsky's emotions from one end to the other, from the ups, the downs, the mirth that's in some of the tunes, and everybody knows the music.
Oh,
but it's so different when you hear it
Live. That's correct. Yeah. And they'll have an orchestra there, so it'll be the real deal.
Well,
So-
I think I have a couple of dates this fall.
Yeah.
I have put on my dance card.
One
And
of
the
them-
Toast tribute, the bread tribute by the
Yeah.
group Toast. I
Right.
love that.
Yeah.
The one that I want to go to was on my daughter's birthday. I know.
What was that?
Mickey and the Motor Cars.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I want to go to Billy Bob.
Right.
But Mickey and the Motor Cars.
You know, she is
That's
the
her birthday,
Well, you
though.
can only go to one.
Friday
so,
night.
So pick it.
Oh, Billy Bob. That's not on her birthday night either.
Okay. All right. Well, we can get you a sitter, if you need to in the hotel.
Not on her birthday.
Oh, okay. Well, that's true.
She's only going to be 6.
She'll be 7 next year. It'll be okay.
You're right.
Yeah.
I'm already not bringing her to Disney, and she is mad.
This is my great gift this year.
Yeah,
was
fantastic.
Lucking into Pamela Dubuque as a sidekick. Sams, thanks so much for coming, man. We
Man,
always
thanks for
appreciate
having
your
me.
visits.
Appreciate
It's always fun.
Yeah.
All right, it is 4 minutes after 5 o'clock. We got some catching up to do here, starting with traffic. The Wall Street Business Report. Brett McDonald joining us in about 10 minutes.
We remain very busy all over the area this afternoon. Got a lot of traffic on the roads, and we had an accident a few moments ago. Ann Street in front of Z-Mart. That's right at I-85. Very busy around Ann Street, Perry Hill. We've got a lot of cars on Atlanta Highway, Vaughn Road, Taylor Road busy. I-65 and 85 light to mostly moderate traffic. And we've had several other minor accidents. Those aren't affecting traffic flow. We will keep you updated. At McKinnon Toyota, special financing on Tundras as low as 3.9% up to 72 months. They have a great selection. McKinnon Toyota, exit 212 off I-65 in Glen. I'm Wendell J. Montgomery Skywatch Traffic.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm John Scott. The stocks are moving further into record territory as investors pour over a mixed batch of earnings reports from big companies. The Dow was up more than 2% today. The NASDAQ composite was up 0.6%. The S&P 500 up 0.3%. And that was a day after setting an all-time high. Spam maker Hormel fell sharply after reporting earnings that fell short of Wall Street's forecast and cutting its outlook for the year. Treasury yields were little changed in the bond market following some mixed reports on the economy. The Dow was up 71 points today to close at 45,636. The Nasdaq gained 115 to 21,705. The S&P 500 added 20 points to 6501. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm John Scott.
How would you like to get a half-price pizza in August at Pizza Perfect? Buy any large pizza and get a single-topping large pizza at half price. Pizza Perfect's buffet includes pizza, as well as spaghetti, breadsticks, salad, dessert, and drink for only $13. The buffet is available Monday through Saturday for lunch and for dinner on Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday. Pizza Perfect is also available for pickup and delivery. Get a one-topping large pizza for half price with the purchase of any large pizza at Pizza Perfect on Coliseum Boulevard in Eastbrook.
Hi, it's Jonathan Cotton with the Good Feet Store. When your feet aren't properly supported, it can affect your whole body, your back, your ankles. You might be thinking there's no way something as simple as Good Feet arch supports can help me. Well, that's exactly what Bill thought.
My feet would just ache, my back would hurt, my ankles, everything just hurt. And I'd seen the commercial several times before I finally said, I'm going to do this. And I'll be darned if it didn't work. I feel a million times better than I ever did.
Visit the Good Feet Store for a free fitting and test walk. If you want to live free from pain, come visit the Good Feet Store and take the first step towards a more comfortable, healthier you. Wendy's experience might inspire you too.
Since wearing my arch supports from the Good Feet Store, my back pain is gone and my feet don't hurt as much. And as I look into the future without pain, I see myself being even more adventurous, joyful, and full of possibility.
Visit goodfeet.com to book your appointment today.
For too long, Alabama's statewide news companies have shamed us for our conservative Christian values. Alabama deserves a news company that cherishes our culture, a company that isn't bought and paid for by the powers that be. 1819 News is that company. Run by Alabamians for Alabamians, 1819 News celebrates what is good and beautiful about our state, while exposing those who work against our values in secret. Just go to 1819news.com to learn more. Subscribe to our newsletter. That's 1819news.com.
Tired of surprise pest problems and surprise bills? Pest Pro Services now offers subscription pest control, a simple, affordable way to protect your home year-round. Bundle pest protection, termite treatment, and mosquito control for one predictable monthly price. Great for budgeting. No stress, no pests. Locally owned, always reliable, Pest Pro is Central Alabama's trusted pest control team. Find them on Facebook or visit ppsriverregion.com. When you want to know, call a pro. Pest Pro.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have Leaf Filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/radio to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/radio for your free gutter inspection today. See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off plus a 10% senior or military discount. One discount per household.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
With SRN News, I'm Keith Peters in Washington. Investigators in Minneapolis say the shooter who killed 2 Catholic school students and wounded 18 other people inside a church have become obsessed with the thought of killing defenseless children. Police said Thursday that the shooter idolized mass killers and wanted to terrorize innocent children. The police chief in Minneapolis said the shooter, identified as 23-year-old Robin Westman, fired 116 rifle rounds through stained glass windows Wednesday morning. The Trump administration has asked a military base outside of Chicago for support on immigration operations. The move offers a clue of what its expanded law enforcement crackdown might look like in the nation's 3rd largest city. On Wall Street, the Dow buys 71 points. More details at srnnews.com.
You know, a lot of times you have to choose between something high quality or
something that saves you money. But what if you could get both? Why not? Especially when it comes to healthcare, and that is MediShare. You get both. Many families save $500 a month with MediShare, and that's huge. But it's also true that people wind up way more satisfied too. We know this from research of members. There's a lot they like about MediShare, but especially they love being part of something they believe in. And MediShare works too. It has for more than 30 years. There are hundreds of thousands of members who love having telehealth if they need it. They love the huge PPO network. So yeah, really, you could save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or you're part of the gig economy or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now and get a price in 2 minutes. Here's the number. Call 844-45-BIBLE. That's 844-45-BIBLE. 844-45.
Timeout means just long enough to enjoy a cigarette.
Yeah, well, I just did that actually. And it was great to have Sam Smith here from Impact and some great stuff coming up, reviewed again a little bit later this hour. Brett McDonald is on the docket coming up in just a minute. And a word from my friends at Clark's Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing. You know, they've been a huge supporter of this afternoon show. I really don't know how many specific years, but it's about 15 or more. And I've been proud to talk about them, proud to be a customer of them, proud and smart that I bought a new unit through Clark's just 3 years ago. Right around this time in August, they installed it, they've serviced it, and cut my electric bills by more than 50% without sacrificing 1 degree of comfort. If you're thinking about a new unit, please talk to them at 277-2125. But if your unit's in generally good health and not that old, you just want to keep it going and running efficiently, and Clark's can help you with that with a membership. For $180 a year, they'll come out twice, tune the system, check all the major components, the coolant, everything else. And then it's a machine. Things can happen. Anybody ever have a car go haywire after a week after a tune-up? Those things can happen. But you're guaranteed immediate service from Clark's with that membership, in addition to the tune-ups, which if you paid for a la carte with almost any other company would cost more than that for 2. So 277-2125. I lack the skill set and the vocabulary to describe their plumbers to the extent they deserve, but they are so good at diagnosing and applying a fix. 277-2125 or visit clarkcomfort.com. Alabama certification number 09098. And Brant will join us in a minute and a half.
Feeling the pinch on your food budget? You're not alone. But there's a place where saving money is easy every single day. Food Outlet, with locations in Montgomery, Prattville, and Millbrook. Listen to these specials good through September 2nd. Get a 5-pound bag of chicken wings, only $11.99.